Well, the legal tampering era has arrived for the NFL, and boy, howdy, has it been a fun couple of days. Got to admit that there were some moves that I didn't see coming, though it has been funny to watch one owner who said he was going to be all in, not do anything, like not make a bet, not sign a player, not do anything. It's also been kind of funny to watch one of our teams just completely implode while not actually doing anything, just watching their competition just get better and better and better. Yeah, we talk about Houston, we talk about Philly, we talk about the Giants, we talk about Dallas. All the moves that have happened: Derrick Henry to Baltimore, Saquon Barkley to Philly, Tony Pollard to Tennessee, and Kirk Cousins to Atlanta. I don't know how that move's going to work out. None of us seem to really have any idea as to what the hell's going to happen. And if you like what we're doing, don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on Apple Podcasts. Follow us on iHeartRadio. Follow us on Google Podcasts until they go away. Once they go away, we'll be on YouTube. Don't forget to leave a comment. Tell us how stupid we are. Tell us that we're going to be completely crazy. It's okay. We're here for it. Welcome to the One Sports Podcast in Sanford, Florida. This is Sandless Sports. I am Adam Capison. I'm here with Dorian Cody.
Free agency looking like a version of Madden.
And BJ Thomas.
Well, it depends on what team you root for.
So I was struggling to kind of figure out where to start today because there's been so much going on the past couple of days. But my wife, she likes to ask me, "Hey, what are you guys going to talk about on the podcast?" And I turned to her and I went,
"Wait, you don't tell her, do you?"
No, I don't tell her.
Okay, all right, just making sure.
But I turned to her and I went, "We're going to talk about crab legs and booty holes." And she went, "What?" I'm like, "No, your team, the Cleveland Browns, is crab legs and booty holes."
That sounds like the Cleveland quarterback room right now.
Sounds like a Cleveland strip club. What? I was like, okay. So where do we start first? Who do you want to start first?
I don't want to talk. I got nothing to talk about.
Why not?
Here, allow me to continue talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars getting a new starting quarterback.
Well, I mean,
and like I said in the middle of last season, we are about 8 months away from Trevor Lawrence becoming the best backup quarterback in the NFL.
Hey, the Jaguars have 2 first-round draft picks from the same draft on their roster right now.
That are both busts.
I read something and I said, okay, I can see it. Rumor has it that they're unsure about Trevor Lawrence's concussion protocol and his injury. So they were like, oh, shit, we need to have a backup quarterback because the one that we did have last year, we let him go. So they worked the room and they brought in Mac Jones. And apparently they're like, well, like, is Mac Jones better than C.J. Beathard?
Okay, hold on. You're concerned about Trevor Lawrence and passing concussion protocol and all the CTE damage that was done to him. So your response to that, your solution is Mac Jones.
That's all. That's what they say they can afford. That's what I read.
Like, doesn't Leesburg High have a quarterback that can play?
I think Mac Jones already has that like MMA CTE.
Yeah,
he's out there tripping players and shoving and tripping and being dirty and.
Yeah. I don't know why we didn't go after like Jameis or.
He is literally the Draymond Green of the NFL, stats included.
Yeah.
I was gonna go Grayson Allen, so.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So maybe they put someone in the chat to put that logic out there. Because at first I was like, Shad Khan is really trying to fuck over Jack. He's in that case just moving to London, dog. Like you don't gotta do it like that. Don't embarrass us. Just move him to London. Like just do it. But apparently they said, they're concerned about just in case if Trevor Lawrence gets hurt, they want to be able to have a quarterback that at least have some starts on his belt that'll be able to hopefully carry on the rest of the season.
And the answer was Mac Jones?
Dude, I'm not in the boardroom. I should be, but because I'm like, you could have, there's Jameis, there's so many other people. Hell, go after Gardner Minshew again. You could have got him again, but.
No, that would have created a real starting quarterback problem. And you could have ordered a box of dildos and put a helmet on it and gotten similar results.
But, well, not obviously controversy, but
dude, Jacoby Brissett was available.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, man, I don't. Trent Baalke, man, I don't know.
Yeah, I sent you guys that picture that I think it was Schefter it, like broke down. It's like the best remaining quarterback out there, Ryan Tannehill. Damn.
Sam Darnold got a job before Ryan Tannehill.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So,
dude, Mitch Trubisky was signed to a 2-year contract.
where is he going?
Buffalo.
Oh. Ooh. He was there before and then left and came back.
You know what this team needs? Some more turnovers. I'm gonna get Mitch Trubisky.
So, what team you think should take a chance on Ryan Tannehill, who needs a quarterback?
Well, Tannehill is not a starter.
I was about to say all the chances have been taken on Ryan Tannehill. He's chanced out.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, if I'm Ryan Tannehill, my job opportunities are either the Giants or that's about it. Because the Giants don't have a starting quarterback. They also don't have a starting running back. They also don't have a starting wide receiver or a starting offensive line. They might be the worst team in the NFL.
The Titans? They got a starting running back. The Giants? Yeah, no, they're in trouble. The draft will fix it. No, it won't.
No, it won't.
Sure won't.
So, if you're the Raiders, do you still draft a quarterback?
If I'm the Raiders, I'm only drafting a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean,
Gardner Minshew
you picked up Minshew. You picked up Minshew for 2 years.
Yeah, no,
that's a
not
bridge.
The answer. That's not the answer.
Like, you don't need a quarterback in the first round, but you need a quarterback because Minshew is a bridge.
Are we talking about the Jaguars again?
No, the Raiders.
Okay, sorry, I apologize. When you start talking about,
don't be taking out your hate.
When we start talking
about doing shit
all day, I got an hour and a half of this shit. I got an hour and a half.
Well, see, here's the problem, Dorian. Okay, BJ was all excited to come on here and talk about all the excitement, all the trades, all the moves that the Cowboys did, and he has zero material.
I don't know if he's ever played poker. I don't think he knows what all in means. I play poker. So when I say all in, you get a little like your heart rate raises. There's a little anticipation. If you're full of shit, you might get a little sweat going or something. Like you get a feeling. I was numb all day.
Well, at least you didn't do what Skip Bayless did.
Oh.
Did you guys see the tweet that I sent that what Skip Bayless said?
Yeah, he doesn't know how to talk properly. After years and years of doing it. All in my ass.
Commas are important.
Put a comma in there. It wasn't big enough. You need to put a hyphen or something like that. You need to put like many spaces or an ellipses. You need something to create distance between all in and my ass. It just confirms what I thought for many years.
So with that being said, like what do you think is behind the strategy of the Cowboys right now?
What strategy? What strategy have you seen play out in the last 2 days?
No, I'm just asking, like,
it's called sitting on my hands.
Yeah. What I think has happened is that, and this is just me talking, is that Jerry's trying to figure out the contract with Dak. So before he signs anyone else, he wants to figure that out. Now that's a dumbass strategy, or he should have been figuring that out for months before he got to this point.
Wow. Because right now their starting running back is Dowdell, right?
I believe that's the.
I'm not sure he's under contract.
Oh shit.
It's his 4th season. He might not be under contract. Hold on. Yeah, he's still a free agent.
Oh man.
We have no running backs.
You have Deuce Vaughn.
I think CeeDee Lamb had more carries than him this year.
Dal had 89. CD had 14.
No, we're talking about Deuce Vaughn.
Oh, Deuce Vaughn? Yeah, 23.
Whew, close. Thing is, CD's a wide receiver.
Yep.
Right.
Now, whose yards per carry was higher?
CD was 8.1. Deuce Vaughn was not 8.1.
Not
1.7.
8.1. 1.7.
So, who's the remaining running backs on the market that the Cowboys could choose from?
I'll just share my screen so you guys see what I'm looking at. Not many. Cordell Patterson, Zeke, Dante Foreman, Boston Scott, Cam Akers, J.K. Dobbins. This goes back to BJ's point. You guys, the Cowboys sat on their hands for 2 days and got screwed.
No. They didn't get screwed. They screwed themselves.
No, okay.
Yeah, they were not passively doing this. They actively screwed themselves. They didn't receive the screwing. They gave themselves the screwing. You can't jack off and say, I got screwed.
That's fair.
Damn.
Idiots, just idiots. I knew they weren't going to be able to pay Jacobs. I knew they were going to be able to pay Barkley. But when they turned down Zach Moss at $8 million for 2 years, I was like, "Oh, what are you? What?
Yeah.
What are we doing?" I didn't even see that Aaron Jones got signed to Minnesota.
Yep. And I didn't realize that Gus Edwards went to the Chargers until I heard on the radio. I was like, when did this happen?
Those knees, though. Don't know about those knees.
Poor Austin Ekeler signed with Washington
for $4 million a year. Ugh.
Dang, Austin.
I saw somebody say that Dan Quinn's already sabotaging the Commanders by overpaying Cowboys players. Thank you.
So, I mean, I know the answer to this question. At least I know my answer. So, which team has had the worst past 2 days in free agency?
Oh, man. I don't really want to put the Cowboys in there because, like, with their salary cap issue, this was kind of the writing on the wall. I mean, they got a lot of big contracts coming up. Overpaying Kirk Cousins might be interesting for the Falcons.
That's up there. The Giants, they lost some key people on defense too. They lost their safety. I think is it McKinley? They lost Xavier McKinley, Saquon, and there was someone else important on defense that they lost.
Yeah, I know they got Brian Burks from Carolina
without giving up the first rounder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, does anybody know what the hell Carolina's doing? Like, what is the strategy?
I saw a post that said we didn't get a first rounder for Christian. We didn't get a first rounder for Brian Burns.
Wow.
Like,
yeah. Talk about underselling here.
And you gave away your first rounder this year.
Yeah.
I do not know what the hell's going on over there.
I mean, I really, like, sometimes you just kind of go, like, okay, well, I can kind of see where you think maybe, yeah, kind of it's a dumb move, but yeah, Carolina, I think that has no strategy. Their strategy might just be, we're going to pay the salary floor. We're going to suck.
Yeah. And then I heard rumors about them potentially taking a quarterback.
Well, maybe
the second, third round. They're saying they're thinking about taking a quarterback.
Well, they get when they can use like the little measuring thing at convenience stores.
Like they were legitimately talking about Bo Nix. Like you know.
Well, that's your answer?
I will tell you this about Bo Nix. You're not going to get anybody that's more prepared to play the NFL than Bo Nix.
He's experienced.
Yeah.
At the very least.
So what is he, like 6'2"? So he's taller.
32 years old.
Yeah, Bo Nix is 6'2", 217, 24 years old.
Yeah, compared to 5'9" Bryce Young.
So if I remember right, he was recruited with Harper. He was in the same recruiting class. I don't know. I really legitimately have no idea what Carolina is doing.
Who does?
I don't. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they lost their star defensive player. It was,
They legitimately have no offense.
yeah, none. Wow, who are they receiving? Who did what? Is it DJ Shark? Is
He's still a free agent.
Oh, he's still a free agent. Okay.
Yep. Doesn't mean he won't resign with Carolina, but I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still have Adam Thielen.
Ooh.
Yeah, so here's their roster: Bryce Young and Andy Dalton, Chuba Hubbard, Miles Sanders, Adam Thielen, DJ Shark, Jonathan Mingo. They might average 13 points next season.
What do you think won free agency? Because I'd have my pick.
I'm gonna go Baltimore.
I got the Houston Texans to land Joe Mixon and Danielle Hunter. Like,
Yeah.
jeez.
Yeah, I got Houston too.
Add to that team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, without losing much.
Well, they lost Singletary, but they replaced him with Mixon.
I wouldn't consider that a loss.
I do that. Yeah. I do
There's
every day
several Bears fans. Yeah, Bears fans would believe that's an upgrade. I would imagine, or was it Bills fans? Played for the Bills, I think.
No, I think Singletary to the Giants.
No, he used to play for the Bills. I'm trying to think
for the Bills.
Yeah, Montgomery's the Bears running back I'm thinking about.
Yeah, he's the one that went to Detroit.
Yeah, so there's a lot of Bills fans that are thinking that's an upgrade.
Yeah. Why do you think besides signing Chris Jones, what do you think was in the back of Andy Reid's mind for Kansas City? I thought for certain that they were going to get Calvin Ridley, because I was hearing rumors about him saying that the chance to play with a future GOAT is like on his list and shit like that. So
the thing about free agency is there has to be mutual interest.
Yeah.
So why would you think that they wouldn't want Calvin Ridley though? I mean, he could.
He's a good receiver. He just doesn't have a good fucking quarterback throwing to him.
Yeah.
Did you see what he did with Matt Ryan?
Yeah.
And then what?
So imagine him with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, but they'd have to pay him. They'd have to pay him more than they want to. The Chiefs are going to have to find a bargain at a wide receiver.
Because the Chiefs have, I just have pulled up, the Chiefs have like $1.6 million in cap space. That's why they haven't signed anybody. They don't have the room. So I mean, you're talking like Jakeem Grant, Matthew Slater, market value for them to sign. They're looking to the draft for a wide receiver.
Yeah, I heard. Now they did sign Irv Smith from the Cincinnati Bengals.
We have to cover something. Why are you excited about Burrow getting Mike Gesicki?
Because Mike Gesicki is a solid tight end, man.
At Michigan, he was solid. Since he's been in the league, it's been kind of eh.
He was okay with he was decent with the Dolphins
when they threw to him.
Yeah, right. They threw to him.
But
it's like adding another weapon doesn't hurt, right? Especially.
Yeah, it does. If you don't use him and you got to spend.
That's the problem. He's going to another offense that uses their tight end sparingly. Like we're not gonna.
Hold on. What school did you say Mike Gesicki went to?
Michigan.
Oh, no. He went to Penn State.
Did he?
Yes. I was like, when you said that, I was like, no, he's not.
they're all in the JV conference. I get them confused sometimes.
Hey, who won the championship last year?
Say that.
Look, we're not. Look, there is no sport. There is no sport where 1 for 20 is okay.
Recency bias.
There is no sport where 1 for 20 is okay.
Maybe baseball.
Nope, that would get you benched. That's what is that? A .05 batting average?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're going to the bench. You're going to the bench. Yeah, you win a couple in a row, which you're not going to because something's going to happen to your program. Yeah, I don't think y'all are walking away scot-free.
Oh, I don't think the NCAA is going to give a shit.
Oh, the shits will be given.
I honestly don't think that the NCAA is going to exist in 5 years, but that's a whole different conversation.
That's gonna be their last dying breath. Is like just fucking you on the way out.
Well, did you guys hear the quote from Saban's wife?
I try not to pay attention to Saban things too much.
Well, apparently the quote was that she wanted Nick to retire because all the players want to do now is focus on how much money they want to make.
Well, look, she's right.
Them and every other American.
Right, but she's right.
So are you saying that we shouldn't pay the labor force for a certain industry?
No, but what we have said on here and multiple times is that something needs to be done about regulating it.
Yes.
And this free market thing they have going on here is not good. That's known. We understand that. There's no questions about it. So I can kind of understand what she's saying. Could she have said it differently? Sure. Did she? No. But the free market thing is not working, and it's not good for football.
So yeah, I think we've said a couple of times that like you said, NIL should be regulated. The transfer portal should be regulated. Should all be about the same time for the transfer portal, so you don't have just staggered players signing, but whatever. NCAA is going to die a slow death. I think they came out with the earnings, and it was like the Big Ten and the SEC were scheduled to make something like $70 million a school, and then it drops to the ACC to like 15. Like it's pathetic. So we'll get back to the NFL. You didn't answer BJ's question. Who won? Oh, you said Houston?
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
You said Baltimore.
I said Baltimore.
You said Baltimore.
Oh, no, I said I said Houston.
Okay.
One draft. I said Houston.
BJ?
Oh, it's Houston. I fully believe Houston has won free agency so far. To get Mixon and Daniel Hunter, however you pronounce that, not sure, but pretty impressive to add to that roster and what they're doing down there. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, and I was thinking, I said in the group chat that I thought Henry should have gone there because his contract, whatever they paid him, would have been up before the extension for Stroud. But they got Mixon. I mean, it is what it is. And maybe Mixon's game fits them better.
Yeah, I think he's from the area too, so like a homecoming for him. I think he's from Houston.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think that's always so good. I don't think going home's always a good idea. Like, I should have gone away to college. I should not have tried to do college around here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't have partied at another college, but it was way too easy to do it here.
Yeah.
It was way easy, way too easy to find the drinking.
Because you knew where it was. You knew where it was when you started.
Oh yeah, it was just I shouldn't have done it. Too easy, drill sergeant. So I don't know if it may be good for some people, and some people I don't think it's good for.
I guess for him, we'll definitely find out. I mean, so far he hasn't been in any trouble himself. Yeah, he has been in any trouble.
In the NFL.
NFL, yeah. The NFL, right. What? We'll see.
Yeah, Dorian just totally glossed over the fact that he caved some chick's head in at a bar.
Oh, I mean, I was talking about NFL. I'm talking about college.
I mean.
Fucking ventilated her cranium.
Yeah, that was pretty bad, Joe.
So I know we touched on it, but the Cousins to Atlanta trade or signing, does that do anything? I mean, they might win the NFC South because
he has one playoff win.
Yeah, he is an upgrade over Ritter.
Oh, he's an upgrade over any quarterback that played for them last year. He's an upgrade over anybody that's played for him since Ryan's been gone. And we talk shit, but he was having the best season of his career until he messed his Achilles up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was on fire. Yeah. So, I mean, we can say what we want to say, but unfortunately, we're never going to know how last year would have turned out. Was he able to remain healthy?
With that receiving core.
Yes. Yeah. They do have weapons in Atlanta, though.
Yeah, London, Bijan.
And Kyle Pitts.
Maybe Kyle Pitts will actually be a good fantasy tight end.
I'm not picking him. You can pick him. Because name any of Kirk Cousins' successful tight ends.
Hawkinson.
All right, that's fair. That's it, though, too.
That's it, yeah.
I can't name any of the Redskins tight ends when he was there.
Oh shit. Has the Redskins ever had a good tight end?
Cooley.
Yeah, that's Cooley. Right. Cooley. Yeah, Cooley was on. Yeah, Cooley. Yeah. Outside of Cooley, I don't remember ever having a producing tight end.
Now you got me thinking.
So I was doing a list of tight ends that played with Kirk Cousins. Irv Smith.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's all we got.
Kyle Rudolph.
Oh, Kyle Rudolph. Kyle Rudolph was pretty good.
But we're giving crap to Cousins for not using their tight ends. Tight ends outside of like 3 teams are not used.
Right.
As well as they could be.
What 3? I don't think that's a good thing either.
No, it's not. And is that the quality of the tight end? Is that play calling? Is that the quarterback?
I think it's play calling. Because if you look at it, I think you have Kansas City, Detroit, and I think there's maybe one other team that uses the tight end on the regular.
San Francisco doesn't use their great tight end.
Right. At all.
Man. That shit boggles my
Baltimore.
mind.
Baltimore relies on the tight end. Like he's the leading receiver. So yeah, Baltimore used their tight end.
So we've just listed the 4 teams that made the championship game last year that use their tight ends fairly regularly. San Francisco, I know, is debatable.
Mm-hmm.
Is there another? If not, I'm seeing a coincidence.
Right. No, you're right. Philly. Kind of, so yeah, Philly with Goddard. I mean, Jalen Hurts, he does that one check down and Goddard, here you go.
So here are the league leaders for tight ends in terms of receiving yards in 2023. Okay. Travis Kelce, 984.
Mhm.
Alvin Ingram, 963. Then it drops off a cliff. Darren Waller's next at 552.
Waller. Waller.
Logan Thomas at 496.
Mm. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking here. So, like you said, so the 4 teams that were in the champion in the final four, basically, like 3 of those teams utilized their tight ends like throughout the game. Like they're
Yep.
like, so is that the formula for success though?
Yes, spreading the ball around, utilizing all of your weapons is the formula to be successful.
I'm not even sure if it's spreading the ball around as much as it's having someone to go to on 3rd and 6 without having to go outside the numbers.
Understand.
Just having a big body that can box out and get you those 6 or 7 yards.
Well, exactly, without having to throw outside the numbers, which is what teams want you to do, or try to do something tricky with your running back, or throw the ball short of the line of scrimmage with a receiver and try to let him go get it.
Yeah, that works less than it does. We say it all the time. It's 3rd and whatever. Why?
It works in the regular season. It works in the regular season. It does not work in the playoffs.
But consistently, you need a route. If you need 5 yards, run a route that's 6 yards. And that goes back to why Kelce is so damn successful. He'll go out there, he'll run a 6-yard route on 3rd and 5, box out, and get open, and Mahomes finds him.
Yeah, he's good at finding soft spots in defense too, especially zones and shit. Like it's like how big he is. It's like how you don't see him in that small crevice catching the ball. It's crazy.
Because defenses don't think they're going to throw to him.
That's crazy.
And I know we keep saying this. So this goes back to college. And college tight ends are not used. Okay, we listed about 4 or 5 tight ends. I think they're all from the Big Ten.
Except for Evan Ingram, he's from the SEC.
So, but I mean, most of your legit tight ends in the NFL are from the Big Ten.
Yeah, from the Big Ten. Yeah,
because they're about the only conference that actually utilizes a tight end like they should.
Big corn-fed crackers.
But it's not it's a joke, but it's not. I'm like, half the league has a tight end from Iowa.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And Iowa's gonna have their first white corner in like 2 decades.
Yeah. Have you seen his tape?
Cooper DeJean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, he's real deal, man. Like, if he wore sleeves, and I didn't know, and you can see his white arms, you would think he's a black guy playing quarterback.
If he covered up his whiteness, we'd never know he was white.
That's the one thing you can never say about Kirk Cousins. Whitest dude in the NFL going to Atlanta.
Man, like even his stance, it's like, hold on. You watching Deion Sanders, like even his stance, it was like, because at first, when I first heard the name, I was like, I never heard of him. And I looked him up, I was like, yo, I kept looking at all his plays and stuff, and he can jump. I think he won a high school slam dunk contest. And he got some rides too. Like he's a solid athlete. Legit.
Yeah, I was trying to find it.
Where's he from?
Like
Iowa.
Like he was born?
Yeah.
Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Man, he didn't get any exposure either. He's out there jumping with buffaloes and shit. Most of the times you got to be from somewhere where those athletes are to get some exposure. He's out there jumping with buffalo and shit. Well, there goes my theory.
You thought he was from like the
Miami, fucking Liberty City or something.
Yeah.
Fucking Opalaka.
Texas somewhere.
Out here catching rabbits with his friends and shit.
So apparently he played quarterback and defensive back in high school. As a senior, he threw for 3,447 yards with 35 touchdowns, rushed for 1,200 yards and 24 touchdowns. He chose to play defense at Iowa over playing quarterback at South Dakota State.
Well, yeah.
Unbelievable.
First is Jason Sehorn.
Yeah, that went bad in a hurry, so that was the end of white corners.
So outside of what was Adam Archuleta, was he a corner that moved to safety?
I think so.
He may have played corner in college.
I think he did play corner. Was it Nebraska?
I believe so.
Because I could have swore he played some corner for the Rams, and then they moved him to safety. He ended up retiring playing safety, but he started off as a corner.
Yeah, and yep.
Yep, what?
He played defensive back for the Rams.
Was he from Nebraska?
He played for Arizona State.
Oh, okay.
He was born in Rock Springs, Wyoming.
Running from Buffalo, I'm telling you.
I think BJ might have a new theory.
Yeah.
Look, you don't get like that sitting around.
No.
So what would you say about Christian McCaffrey, his athleticism?
Have you heard what his dad had him do when he was growing up?
Yeah.
His dad didn't want him wearing jeans on game day because it's a little heavy on the legs.
Yeah.
I mean, enough said.
Yeah.
You say his brother ran a faster 40?
Ed had more time to refine his system.
Yeah. That's the younger brother, Dylan McCaffrey, right? The wide receiver?
Yes. Because Luke McCaffrey, I think, flamed out in college.
Yeah, you think that right.
Yeah, I like the message board. They're like, Luke McCaffrey ran a 40 faster than his brother Christian. Somebody went, shit, there's 2 of them? No, dude, there's 4 of them.
4 of them.
Got a football factory out there in Denver.
Yeah.
No jeans on game day. Okay, Dad. He had double leg cramps one game, and his dad started giving him pregame IVs. No more cramps.
Yep.
A little weird.
You will go to the NFL.
That's all you got, son. I can't teach you anything else.
Yeah. So, does that ruin a kid though? Like,
well, it can.
It depends on if he's still allowed to do kid shit.
Yeah.
Like if you stop him from going to the prom, or stop him from hanging out with friends, or like if you go full Joe Jackson on him, then
if you go Todd Maravich on him,
yeah,
you got to break them. If you let them be themselves, but their training regimen is strict, I think that's okay. I mean, they put a football in Tony Maravich's crib, and when they realized he was left-handed, they tied his arm behind his back and had him throw right-handed.
Yeah,
teach that little bitch a lesson. Be left-handed.
That was crazy.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that we all know, and we've all seen it. Like he got from out from his parents and went, "Ooh, that's alcohol. That makes me feel happy."
Yeah. They wouldn't let him date either, and then he would sneak around with girls. And his dad found out that he was like, "You're not allowed to date," because it distracts you and things of that nature. Look, man, you can't stop a man from getting his pussy. A lot of times they play better. You know what I'm saying?
You can, but that's how you get serial killers.
Exactly.
Well, we are talking about the NFL, so I mean, Aaron Hernandez.
It's like you can't do that to your son, bro. You gotta practice with him and stuff. Let him have his little girlfriend and stuff. You can't tell him he can't date until he gets to the NFL and shit like that. That's gonna be
okay. And this is my parent advice to all parents: you cannot completely shelter your children from the world.
You can't.
Because if you try, the second they're out from under you, it is going to be all hell unleashed.
It is over. Especially if she's female. It's going to be over. Oh my God.
I mean, you can help guide, you can mentor.
Look, I grew up around 3 girls that went to St. Paul's.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
All of them were more advanced than you would believe them to be. One of them had children before she even made it to college. Another one had a child shortly after high school, and the other one is batshit crazy. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Just saying.
Well, I mean, in fairness, those were 3 ladies from Leesburg.
I mean,
I'm just saying, putting your thumb on somebody and then expecting them to be adults all of a sudden doesn't work.
No,
Right.
that is not a switch.
You have to train them to be adults by giving them freedom and see how they react to it. And then correcting them and then trying it again.
Again, you can guide, you can mentor, you cannot shelter.
Right, exactly. The ones that are buck wild comes from religious schools. What I've experienced, Catholic, Christian, Jewish, doesn't matter. If they're coming from a religious school and they get exposed to the real world, oh my God.
The hard truth of the real world.
Yeah.
The hard truth, yes.
Well,
the hard truth.
And also, in my experience, those that rail more against, those that that are active, are the ones that have the more active life in the bedroom, and they hate themselves for it.
Look at us trying to be politically correct while talking about sensitive subjects. We're gonna make it through this whole show without saying whores.
Damn it! Hey, we did start the show off with crab legs and booty holes, so
Yeah.
You can talk about those, but you can't say whore too much.
Actually, Amber Rose says that the word whore is not really a bad word.
Wait. You can't go to the queen bee of whores and then have her explain whether whore is not a bad word or not. Okay? Can we just clarify that, please?
Look, hey man, she's the
Taking advice.
The walk,
taking advice from a woman who can tell you what different rappers taste like. Not what do they sound like. How do they dress? What do they taste like? Jesus.
Oh man.
Her and Kim Kardashian have done more to legitimize whoredom than anybody has ever done.
Dude, who you telling?
Well, I mean, I'm speaking of whores, I'm surprised that Dorian even showed up. I mean, the rash of porn stars that have died the past couple of days.
I thought he'd be in mourning for a month.
Look, man, R.I.P. Man. This is never a good. It's always sad somebody lose their life. Is it weird? I'm not gonna answer.
What?
I'm gonna leave it alone.
No. I know where you're going with this. And if you don't, it's just. Did you give a tribute, Tug?
No.
Is that what you did? You did a tribute. You did a tribute, Tug, didn't you?
No, I know. All right. So I saw something, and then they were like,
"Yeah, that's what caused the second one."
Somebody had put up something, and they said, "Hey, how much of a low life will a guy be if he masturbates to a dead porn star?" And I'm like, "Yo, that's crazy." I never did no shit like that, but it's like,
so you're just assuming that the girls you watch in movies now are still alive.
What happened now? What if she died of natural causes and she was like a classic pro from back in the day, like an old Linda Lovelace or something?
I mean, that's different though.
Bitch is still dead.
I mean, you paying tribute, right?
She's still dead. That would be the same thing, even though she overdosed on cocaine yesterday.
Yeah, but see, that's worse though.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
You kind of like. All right, so let's say Vanessa Del Rio passed away. God forbid, I don't hope she doesn't. Let's say Vanessa Del Rio passed away.
Right? Motherfucker. Protect her, please, Lord.
Okay, she's older. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You paying homage. That I could understand. But like, let's say if it's Amber Rain, right? She died of a drug overdose. I think that
the fact that he's just coming up with these names, just like a Rolodex.
Look, bro, they're dead. They're dead either way. So either you can tribute Tug to them, whether it's recent or past, or drug overdose or natural causes. Either way, you're tugging, thinking of a dead vagina.
Me, if they pass away, I'm retiring. I can't do it.
Okay, so let me ask this. I just want to make sure. I want to figure out the logic of Dorian's habits.
That's what I've been trying to get at. There is no logic.
So, an '80s actress
Mm-hmm.
does a movie. Okay, you do your thing to her from a movie
Tug
back
it.
in
You
the
can say tug it.
Okay, you beat off to her in her movies. So,
Ugh, say tug it. Shit. Have some couth.
so she is either dead or she's in her 60s now.
I mean, I don't beat off to them. I don't beat off to them. What I'm saying is, if a guy,
anyways,
yeah, what I'm saying is this: I can see the logic of a guy being like, all right, you know what I'm saying? It was it's like vintage porn, right? Like back in the 70s. All right, that a person, you know, she died of natural causes. I can see the logic and go, okay, I could do it to her, but if it's a modern porn star who died of like suicide or some shit like that, it just seems kind of twisted. Like I can see the logic in it. I wouldn't do it either way. You know what I mean? I'm just saying I can see if a guy were to, if that's their logic.
Apparently, Dorian has standards.
That's the safe answer.
Of course I have standards. But no, man. You know.
On a serious note.
Yeah. On a serious note, it's sad for any porn star that passed away over something tragic, but you know, it's just for me. I couldn't do it. Like she passed away, she died.
You shouldn't do it, but I bet you could.
I really don't want to see your browsing history.
No. Oh, my browser history good.
Don't worry, Jeff, my NSA agent, already knows.
Oh man, how do we get on the subject of porn?
Because it's the Sandlot Sports Podcast. That's what we do.
It's always under the surface.
Porn and football, baby.
Right? Porn and football. Until there's more football, there's gonna be more porn. When there's more football, there'll be less porn, but still porn. There's worse things to talk about. Maybe
there's basketball. That's worse.
I'm telling you, the Magic are number 4, and I've watched 2 games this year.
I think they're number 5 now.
5, yeah. Because they got smashed by the Knicks.
Yeah, I thought it was funny how we bitched for a while about how there's no defense, and the Knicks went, well, let me fix that. That either the Knicks are really good defense or the Magic is just crappy offense, or both.
Yeah. It was 2 of the best defensive teams, and I believe the Knicks might be better on offense.
Yeah. I mean, the Knicks held another team under 80 points tonight.
What team is that?
Philadelphia.
Oh, well, I don't imagine that was easy.
Well, Embiid's been hurt. I think that's part of it.
That guy.
Yeah. But the Magic did give Mosley a contract extension.
That's probably the smartest thing they've done since they drafted Pollard.
Seriously. Shout out to Mosley, man.
Yeah, he's done a great job.
Yeah.
I just hope they give him the necessary equipment to continue the job.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, they have the cap space. There's no reason why they can't bring in at least a mid-tier free agent. You know, they're not going to bring in LeBron or Kevin Durant or anybody like that, but get a mid-tier free agent that can actually shoot the damn ball.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really don't want to see Gary Harris drag his 80-year-old ass out there in the starting lineup again. We went on Classic Night a couple weeks ago, and you know they had up like Microsoft Paint. They had the guys like write their names in Microsoft Paint because it was Classic, and I'm like, Gary Harris probably actually did that.
Damn.
Do you think the Magic has a legitimate shot at least going to the Eastern Conference Final?
Not this year. They have a legitimate shot of making the Eastern Conference semifinals. But I mean, if they win, it's probably going to be the 4 or 5 matchup that they're in. They're going to play Boston in the next round.
Ooh. Yeah.
And let's say they fall to 6 and they win the 6-3 matchup. They'll play Milwaukee instead. I don't think it matters either way.
Yeah, that's true. I think the Magic can give Milwaukee much more of a fight than Boston because Drew Holiday he's changed that team around defensively where they seem to play like smart defensively
Yeah,
than when
because
Marcus.
they have a smart defender.
No
That's
pun
normally
intended,
what
Marcus
happens.
Smart.
Milwaukee's wondering, like, what happened to our defense? You traded them to Boston. That's what happened.
Crazy.
Now, I think Milwaukee actually signed Patrick Beverley.
Oh, they did.
So, and everyone's talking about, like, well, they've rebounded out, since Doc Rivers has been there. Like, no, they've gotten better since Patrick Beverley came in.
Right. Right.
So okay, I do, before you go, I do want to correct my answer. Okay, so if the Magic fall to 6, win their 6-3 matchup and play Milwaukee in the Eastern Conference semifinals, yes, there's a legitimate chance they make the Eastern Conference Finals, especially if Milwaukee goes up 3-1. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, speaking of Milwaukee, so Dame Lillard, is he a good defender? Or is he like, okay.
No.
So my question is, and I was telling someone because they were like, Milwaukee having Dame gives them that extra edge. I said the thing you don't understand is like playoff basketball defense wins. Say what you want about Steph Curry, but he plays defense where he's able to get steals, and that's how they were able to beat Boston. The pendulum switched. He started playing defense, and the next thing you know, it's like everybody tied in defensively, and that's how they were able to beat Boston.
Yeah,
I told him, I said, there's no way Milwaukee is going to beat Boston because Dame Lillard is going to have to be able to keep somebody in front of him, and he doesn't.
No.
At all. Like
that's not his game.
I said, Steph Curry plays better defense than him.
Yeah. And as a team, Golden State played defense.
Right.
I mean, when Draymond was out in the court not kicking people on the balls, they played good defense.
Right.
They played good team defense.
Right.
Right. And that's really what you need to do.
Yeah. That's true. So who do you think is going to win it all?
Denver.
Have you put some money on that?
I did. Would you like to see my Hard Rock account?
I don't necessarily think you're a liar.
Tell me why they won't.
Injuries, that's it.
I mean, that's about the only thing that can stop them.
Yeah.
I don't see any other good team out there, good enough team anyways.
I mean, here's the Western Conference at the moment. Oklahoma City's number 1. I don't trust them at all. Now, CJA's gotten better, but Chet going against Jokic is a mismatch waiting to happen. Denver's 2. Actually, they're tied for 1. Minnesota's at 3, a game back, but they just lost Cat for the season. The Clippers are 4. Do we trust them to stay healthy?
No.
Zion and the Pelicans are at 5.
Yeah, wash.
The Suns are at 6. Do we trust their defense?
Not at all.
So now you get into the play-in. So these are the 4 teams for the play-in tournament: the Kings, the Mavericks, the Lakers, and the Warriors.
If you're a team in the Western Conference outside of Denver, right? Are you afraid of the Warriors in the playoffs?
Afraid of them beating me 4 out of 7 games? No.
Okay.
I'm afraid of them taking a game here or a game there, making the series competitive. Clay is not what he used to be.
Yeah.
Steph, while he is Steph, he's not what he used to be. And they don't have a third scorer. Not like they used to.
I thought it would be Kuminga, but he seems as if he's like
he's too up and down.
Yeah, too up and down. Right, that's a for it. Yeah, he's inconsistent. Because at one point he was on fire, but then it's like he started to die down.
Yeah, the four players on the Warriors that average in double digits: Steph, Clay, Kuminga, Wiggins. That's it. In fact, the Magic have more players that average double digits than the Warriors do.
Wow.
Yep. The Magic have Paolo, Franz, Suggs, Anthony, Wendell Carter Jr., and Mo Wagner. All average at least 11 points a game.
Sweet. Got some balance there.
So, no, the Warriors today do not scare me to win a 7-game series. Scare me to win a game or two because Steph can get hot and drop 50, but he's not going to do it consistently. Clay's not either.
Question: do you guys remember the center Rick Smith, right?
Yeah,
do you
for
think
Indiana.
he can play in today's NBA?
Absolutely.
I said that too, right? I was speaking to someone and they were saying that the reason why they don't think he can play in today's NBA is because the average center can hit at least 4 to 5 3-pointers a game. I'm like, Rick Smith was doing that back in the 90s.
Rick Smith could do that. He just didn't. You know why? Because his teammates could shoot and then he would get the rebound, which is what big men are supposed to do.
The only thing that scares me about Rick Smith's playing is the running. Because his feet went out in the old style NBA. Imagine what they would do now.
You think he'll be able to last long in a new NBA?
I mean, like I said, his feet went bad in the old style NBA. Imagine what would happen now.
Yeah.
It's a lot more running involved for big men. I don't think Yao would do too well right now.
Well, y'all gonna hate me for asking this question.
Mm-hmm.
Would Shaq do well in today's NBA?
Young Shaq, yes.
Orlando Shaq, probably.
Yeah, Orlando Shaq, yes. Orlando Shaq, yes.
2001 Shaq.
340 Shaq in LA? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's gonna be tough. Because from a defensive standpoint, if you're guarding Jokic, right, you're Shaq, you're gonna have to go on him. You can't leave him open. He'll kill you. But Jokic will probably have a hard time getting around Shaq because he's so big and strong. So it's like in today's NBA. But I do believe Orlando Magic Shaq. I do believe, yes, he could play in today's NBA.
See, here's my rebuttal to that. I definitely think Shaq could play in today's NBA. Because, I mean, yeah, he's not a shooter. Who fucking cares? Put Shaq on a low block against Gobert. Against Kevon Looney.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Against Towns.
Right.
Okay, so he's not shooting threes. He's still getting you consistently 2 points every possession. I don't need threes if I'm getting 2 pretty much guaranteed every time I'm down the floor.
Right.
Who's going to stop him? Jared Allen?
You're right. But if you miss that shot and you playing against a team like Denver, they're going to scorch you.
Okay, his shooting percentage is going to be 60 to 65%.
True.
And your starting center is going to be in foul trouble.
Yeah.
And most likely your backup center. But here's the thing, and this is what all the younger guys say about this is they put Shaq in that pick and roll, it's going to be a real problem. Because he's going to have to come out. He can't just step back. Too many people shoot in this league nowadays.
So that's the only drawback.
But again, if we're talking 298 Shaq,
yeah,
that might be different.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much switching he would do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the thing. He would have to. You can't step back and wait for your guy to work under or somebody's going to hit that shot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
More often than they aren't.
Mm-hmm. In my opinion, I think the centers of the 90s, I believe Orlando Magic Shaq, a young David Robinson, and Akeem Olajuwon.
You're not including Ewing in that?
Ewing wasn't as athletic as the other three I just mentioned.
He wasn't that unathletic either.
Right, but I mean, Elijah one showed you the level of athleticism he had against both Shaq and Ewing. The only person that I saw on tape that was able to move his feet with Elijah one was David Robinson. That's what I saw.
So you put Hakeem against Jokic.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Ewing?
Jokic against Robinson.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
True.
I would trust David Robinson to guard Jokic in today's NBA. He can move his feet. He's a pogo stick. He can jump. He'll be able to contest shots a lot better than the average center today. The only center that I saw that was able to contest the shots of Jokic, it was only two of them. That's Gobert and that's Embiid. No one else can contest it. Wemby is not really. Is he a center?
Yeah, Wemby's a center. I mean, there's no
Wemby's
positions in the NBA anymore, but yeah, he's a center.
Yeah. So Wemby could, but as far as like to match like strength with Jokic is strong. He's really strong, and people they don't talk about a lot, but he's really strong. Once he put that butt against you, there's nothing you can do.
And he's thick.
Yeah. Right.
There was a reason why before they were winning championships, he was called the dad bod god.
Yeah. Facts. Right. So so those three centers I named that can keep up with them, stay in front of them, and be able to play defense. Not saying that Ewing couldn't play defense against them, but it's just as far as athletically and as far as the speed and quickness, those would be the three. Because Shaq was quick. Young Shaq was very quick.
Okay, so let's play this thought experiment out because our NBA segment. The 95-96 Magic with Shaq, Scott Skiles, Nick Anderson, Dennis Scott, and Horace Grant. How would they do in today's NBA? Because you give Dennis Scott the green light, he's shooting from half court.
Oh yeah. Penny can push the ball better than anyone. And he can hit three as well.
And he's bigger than a lot of the guards he's gonna be going against.
Yeah, he is. Do we have any 6-7 point guards in today, or even at least 6'6"? I don't think so. Like natural point guards in today's NBA.
Well, there aren't any natural point guards in the NBA just to start with.
Right. No, true.
Cade's 6'6".
Okay.
For Detroit.
Okay. So Cade is 6'6". I know. Yeah, that's something I could. That was a good call. That's the only person I can think of.
Yeah, Fultz is 6'4". Harden 6'5".
That's right. Harden is 6'5".
So I mean,
yeah,
they do exist.
Yeah. But yeah, I think they can play if they're playing in today's NBA with the skill set of the modern players in the NBA. I think they can play with anyone, especially Shaq and young Shaq.
Well, here's the thing. If they're successful 1 year, the NBA will start to change. If they can get to the finals and dominate, if they can win 60 games, the other teams will have to look at ways to stop them, which means they're going to have to start signing more big bodies. They're going to have to get bigger guards, or at least better defensive players. So it's that's what happened when Shaq came in the league. Things started to change.
True.
And
everybody had 2 7-footers to waste fouls.
And I'm wondering, like with Zach Edey coming in from Purdue, because he's 7'2", 7'3", built like Yao Ming.
Yeah.
How well he does in the NBA may change things, because if he dominates down low, he can't shoot worth shit from outside.
Yeah.
But he can defend.
Right.
But if he just dominates down low because no one can defend the post anymore,
Yeah.
does that start to change things? Especially with Wimby coming in.
That's a good question. Because once he comes to the NBA, you're gonna have to be able to have a big man, have another big body to be able to bang with him. Because like a Kevon Looney or Draymond Green is gonna get in foul trouble within the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, like Jokic could do it.
Jokes could definitely do it, right?
Giannis could do it. But you're
Yeah,
talking two.
right.
And to BJ's point, if you've got a guy that comes in and starts to dominate, just completely dominate the NBA, it's gonna the teams are gonna okay, we need to adjust. What we're doing is not going to work. And that's my point about you. If you pluck Shaq out from '96 Shaq, pluck him out from the Magic, put him on the Magic now. Yeah, the NBA would change.
Right.
Because you cannot stop him.
Right.
He would average 45 points a game.
I can see that.
And teams will go, we got to do something. Because unless we get through this guy, we're not winning the championship.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, the defense, he'd be a perimeter defense liability. Good luck in the paint.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no stopping Shaq.
So, Dwayne, you asked me, who do you think is going to win the championship?
I'm going Boston. And the reason why I'm going with Boston is that Drew Holiday has them looking like a different team, and they play better team defense. And although I think the only team that can beat them is Denver, because when they played each other, the thing that I saw that the Celtics struggled with was when Jokic had the ball at the top of the key, and Porzingis was guarding him. He's stronger than Porzingis, right? So he knew, okay, usually what happens is Jokic has the ball at the top of the key. Jamal Murray, and I can't think of the other guard, or Blake Jackson. They do this thing where they'll crisscross and one of them take the ball. The thing that happens is that I saw you had Holiday on one end because he's going to take whatever guard takes the ball, go on the left, go towards the left hand side, and then I want to say it was Tatum on the right hand side to whoever guard. But what happens is that if you don't know how to defend that, Jokic can go around Porzingis. He was either getting fouled or he was kicking into the corner. So that play right there shows the brilliance. It's kind of like Jokic is a quarterback, so he decides who gets the ball. So what's happening is they were easing back because they were like, okay, eventually he can turn around, he can go to the basket. But as soon as they played up on him, he gives the ball to Jamal Murray, and Jamal Murray is scorching. So it's plays like that to where I'm like that. Those type of plays where you have Jokic controlling the ball at the top of the key, that's what championship teams does, and that's what type of team that Denver is. But outside of Denver, I don't see anyone else that can beat the Celtics. But I'm going with the Celtics because I have confidence that they'll be able to figure that out.
Yeah. You just said Boston. You spent a whole minute and a half talking about how good Denver was.
Yeah, I mean they are, but I still feel as if Boston can beat them. I'm just picking them because I just think this is Boston's year. After this year, I don't think if they don't win it this year, Boston doesn't win it this year, I think they're going to blow the team out. I think either Tatum or Brown probably.
Well, Brown just signed a massive extension.
Well, then it'll be Tatum. I think one of them because they've been playing together for what has it been 8 years,
7 or 8 years, yeah.
7 8 years. After a while, it's like you guys been to championships, you've done it all, it's just not working. One of them have to go. More likely to be Tatum.
So if you're a Boston fan, you would rather not go to the finals than go to the finals and not win.
That's a good question for them. I know if I was a Celtics fan, I would.
I
I
mean,
would definitely.
if you're a Celtics fan, you probably hate yourself anyway, but that's neither here nor there.
Does anybody like people from Boston? I don't think people from Boston like people from Boston.
Boston. I dated a girl from Boston once. She was actually nice.
Do you have a good personality?
I mean, she was okay, but she was nice though. A little aggressive in certain ways, but
That's a good thing sometimes.
yeah.
So, I guess my thing with Denver is just how bad was the coaching in Orlando? Because Aaron Gordon looks like the Aaron Gordon that was drafted out of Arizona.
Well, all he's asked to do is play defense, run, and dunk.
Right.
They want it to be more than that in Orlando.
Yeah, that's true.
So is that on the Magic themselves for not knowing what they had and tried to put him in a hole that didn't fit?
I think they knew what they had, but they were just trying to make him their centerpiece, even though he wasn't qualified. It's a combination of bad coaching and bad general manager.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
So I'm going to answer my question. So if the Magic went to the finals 2 years in a row but were consistently in the playoffs, even if they lost 2 years in a row, I would not be going, let's blow up the team. Because how many times do we ask it on this podcast? Who are you going to get?
Right. That's true.
Tatum is not the best player in the NBA, but he's a damn good player.
Oh yeah.
And if you get rid of him or you run his ass out of town, we've seen what happens when you run a superstar out of town.
Right. Right.
BJ, would you like to comment what happens when you run a superstar out of town?
Black hole sadness for about 15 years.
Oh, it's more than that.
When did Dwight come?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
04, 05, I think.
Yeah, so it was actually like 6 years, 7 years. Yeah. Well, Shaq left in 96.
Shaq left after the 96 season.
Yeah.
Yep, summer of 96.
So it was 11 years of sadness. And then when did Dwight leave?
Dwight was drafted in 04 and he left in 2012.
So it's been another 11 years of sadness.
Yeah.
Oh, I literally made that point to my daughter at the basketball game because she was asking, "Are the Magic good this season?" I'm like, well, I mean, they're okay. I mean, they were 37-27, and now they're 37-28. And I said the last time that they won more than 42 games was the year you were born. She's 12.
Yeah.
So, no, do not run Tatum and Brown out of town. Now, eventually you're going to have to move on from them, but they're consistently getting you to the conference finals, to the finals. This is the core you've built. You got to stick with it. Because
I keep them together too.
I mean, what do? You're going to be Phoenix and just have a bunch of shooters and then nothing around them? I would say Phoenix is the most expensive disappointment, but the Lakers still exist.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the Lakers are legitimately discussing giving LeBron a 3-year, $120 million contract extension.
Wow.
And my point with that, I know I just talked about you don't run your stars out of town. What are you getting? You're getting the play-in game.
Yeah.
It's not like Boston where you're getting consistently finals playoffs and finals. You're getting the play-in.
Ooh. Yeah. Now, if you're the Lakers, do you move on from, let's say you make the play in, but you lose. Do you try to move on from Anthony Davis?
Then what? What is your plan? If you don't want Anthony Davis to stay in your team, and you're going to sign LeBron to a massive extension, is your plan to ride LeBron's back for what?
That's true.
I mean, we've seen what happens to teams when LeBron leaves. It is like a goddamn bomb goes off. I, for one, am happy the Lakers are going to crater when he retires. That's a different conversation. But the Lakers have no strategy right now. I mean, their third best player is Austin Reeves. White chocolate, he is not.
Reeves be hooping though. I give that to him. But if you're Genie Buster, okay, the writing's on the wall. Although LeBron is good, it doesn't look like we're going to be going to any championship anytime soon, as long as Denver is as in their prime as they are. Do you start saying, okay, well, let me start setting up my team to where when LeBron does leave, it's not a massive overhaul of, hey, we just have to start from ground zero, right? It's like, okay, we got some pieces. Let's see if we can fit some spots in so we can be formidable to be able to contend to make the playoffs. Because when LeBron leaves, like you said, they're going to be in an abyss. So, for example.
Well, here's the thing. If LeBron leaves the Lakers are a destination still.
Yeah.
Because the problem is Orlando's not a destination. Nobody wants to come here.
True.
People who live in Orlando don't want to live in Orlando.
Yeah, so that's what happens with that.
Yeah.
There's no reason to come here unless you're getting paid an obscene amount of money. Yeah. We got lucky with McGrady.
Oh yeah. So how did San Antonio? Well, no, scratch that. We don't answer that. So what can Orlando do to be able to be a destination? But outside of keeping Pollard, right? Keep the Wagners, keep a nice core for people to come be attracted.
I don't want to get fired, so I'm not going to say anything.
Okay. You better not. I know you do. Yeah.
Whisper it to me and I'll say it. You just send it in the group chat and then I'll say it. I'll be like, this is my idea.
But realistically,
there's no
Magic.
Nightlife.
The Magic can't do anything. What needs to happen to make this a destination town is a population shift.
Okay.
That's not going to happen.
What population needs to shift?
No. Oh, now you going to geopolitics?
He does this shit to us though. We'll say something and he asks a question and makes us explain it. So proceed, Adam.
Go ahead and be political, AK.
Outside of the greater Orlando area, there needs to be a reason to have people that want a nightlife. There needs to be something to do other than shoot soda cans.
It's almost like you're targeting a group of people, but not trying to target a group of people.
Hold on. Turn the radio down. He's talking politics.
Cletus!
He's a white one, but I'm starting to feel like I feel about the dark ones.
Starting to sound like Doran. Hey, wait a minute. I didn't say anything.
Are you sure he's not one of them illegals that got across the border when Joe Biden wasn't looking?
Throwing blankets over the barbed wires, getting cut up.
At least I don't look in the camera and smile and go, We hear you. We see you. We are here for you. That was fucking creepy.
Somebody gonna cuss us out in the chat.
But no, the only thing the Magic can do to be a destination that they can actually control is to re-sign the players that are good. So give Paulo, give Franz, give Suggs, give them their extensions that they deserve, and continue to win.
Right.
Because ain't no one want to go live in Minneapolis. Okay,
Yeah.
There's like 3 people in Minneapolis, like 3 black people in Minneapolis. So you're not going to get people to want to go there, but free agents will sign there if they overpay and they're continuously winning. That's
and they're actively being hunted.
Yeah, that's the only way the Magic can consistently be good is to pay their core, keep them here, and keep winning.
I agree.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, because the second that Paulo wants his max contract, if the DeVos is still on the team, they're like, nope. You're getting up, buddy. Get out.
Yeah, they need to sell it to Shaq before the contract's up.
Yep. Hey, the American way has lost the naming rights for their arena, so maybe they'll lose the team too. Nothing says American way like a scam, but anyways, that's a whole different thing. So on that joke, that's probably going to get me fired. I think we'll call it a night. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Sandlot Sports.